Okay. So does anyone have any questions about the research? Obviously, you guys see that I haven't put my notes up, right? Like you saw me make the notes earlier in the weeks. I was saying what I like about each one of these things. So assume I have notes. Remember I said 8 to 12, okay? So far so good. Everybody hopefully has this part done. So here you could see what I did in the past in class. I was bringing in my references and I was sketching from it. Oh my God, what does a man got to do these days? Let me try that again, guys. Thanks for that. Let me try it again. Okay, all right, so here. Let's go here for a second. So you guys can see I haven't put my notes on here, and I will. I'm going to type it out, okay? So everybody can read it. But I've actually discussed this with everybody before. Maybe I'll sit and I'll be in the camera here. Hold on. Let's see. Hopefully I'm in the camera. Okay, so so everybody is past this stage. But the point of bringing references, guys, like for me, I cannot just look at one reference and start sketching ideas, right? So watch what I did in the past, right? So here, I brought this in, this picture here, which you can hardly see. There's a telephone booth in the back, okay? That in itself doesn't exist anymore. It's kind of cool, right? It's very retro, even though this is a futuristic one. I took the idea of a battery, and then I looked at all the stripes behind it. I started drawing stripes. Do you get what I'm doing here? So for me, this is a cylinder right there. It's the simplest form. And the thing behind it with the blue lights, that's basically rectangular form, right? So what I did here is I did a front view, which is orthographic, right? I drew here. Let me just see where my layers have gone. Right here. Okay, let's make a new layer here. So basically here, like I just started, doing stuff like this. I took the stripes from here, I brought it in, and I put some notes. So somebody asked me, do you need some notes with the 4 concepts? To me, it makes sense to have notes, right? Because how else would I understand your thinking? So if you haven't put a lot of notes, just put a few notes, right? See, I'm saying this to me is a cylinder. I borrowed the cylinder. Then I borrowed the stripes, right? And I started doing stuff like this, right? And then I said to myself, okay, because for you guys, for the 4, all you need to do is keep it orthographic. Means one view. Ortho, one view, right? But as myself, I can't just think like this, right? I need to visualize what it looks like on the side sometimes, right? So I started drawing like this, right? So here you go. That's a simple ISO, right? And I drew it again just for fun. So that's one design here, right? All right. And then I took what I saw here. The reason why I picked this picture, again, is from Blade Runner. It's because this tower here, this building, again, is a similar construct. Construct means a form, right? Look at this form. All that is this. Look, it's this. If I do an X here and I have that, I double this circle here, I've got that part. So it's the top of a battery. It's amazing, eh? If you just look at your Duracell battery or whatever, and then you come down here and you go, oh, this is what I'm seeing here. Okay, it's some kind of an elevator shaft, maybe, who knows. So I took this picture and this is what I did. Here's my orthographic drawing, okay? Look, see? Are we looking? See? Orthographic, one view. There's no perspective, there's no dimension. So this is what I see. And then this is what I'm doing from the top. I'm having fun with it because I'm trying to think, how can I take advantage of that form? So that's just a study for me. It's a doodle. To me, that's design, right, guys? You can't just sit and copy something, call it design. Like sit here and try to analyze and say, how does this thing work? Does this stick out? Does this go into the wall? I don't know. But if you look at my top view, look at this. This part sticks out, right? So that makes to me, so if I was going to do an elevator shaft or a light form, I can make this my LED lamp sticking out. Maybe I'll have 4 of these lights strips, right? Kind of cool. So now I'm thinking in multi-dimensions. Okay, that's my second design. The third design was a little wacko here because I don't think I showed it to you guys. This is the one where I was saying, look at this shape here. It's a wild shape, right? This is a little more abstract. Maybe I won't touch this to you guys. So this is kind of like, like maybe I want to have a form that looks like this. Look, maybe I want a prism-like. Okay, if I want to go into a prism method, prism or triangular, look, I'll take these patterns here. Maybe I'll study that. I'll come in here and do that, and maybe this will be in here will be my light source. The light source goes around. So this could be my shaft of light, but every so often light goes in here, right? I'll change the color here. Watch, and I'll just color in here. So I'm saying to myself, yeah, you know what? Maybe from this design, maybe this side is a little different, right? Hey, don't worry about being disconnected. This is being recorded. It's all good. So do you guys see what I'm doing? I'm looking at a picture and I'm trying to borrow ideas, right? So from this, to me, it's this triangular shape, but also there's cutouts. See these cutouts, these parts that stick out every so often like this? So I'm trying to think, how could I take advantage of it? This is not going too far, so I'm not liking it, right? Okay, let's go here. So this is Gattaca, which I told you guys I love. Oh, what is going on with my versions here? I fixed this already, and it's like I have so many files here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so this goes like this in here, this goes here. So remember, this is an exercise for me of isometric. What I did is, this is not the right file. Oh, of course it's not. Okay, let me just come here for a sec. Hold on. So I took those pictures, right? Watch what I did here. Look. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm looking at what I see there, right? If you look at this picture here, what do I see? I see a wall, right? And I see some circles, right? 3, 3, 3, whatever, 3, 3, 3. In the middle is a big circle, right? So that's what I'm getting from this. So what can I do with that? Maybe I can have like spheres of light. Maybe I could do so do you see, this is my analysis of that picture. Do you guys see what I'm doing? You guys? What do you think of my process here? Picking ideas. I see another circle here. So you see how this opens, that closes, like this open, this is closed, this is open. So I'm trying to use this pattern, and I'm trying to think how I could make a lamp with it, right? Or a wall light, right? Here, let's bring that yellow light, yellow color again. Let's assume this is what I want to do, orange light or something. Or let's just go to it green here. Watch. And another thing I do is I pick colors from my references, right? It's kind of fun in here. Look. So I'm testing it out. I don't like it. I do like this one. I do like this one. So my 4, I got a good start. But as you guys can see here, oh wait, there's one more. Hold on. Haha. I was doing this. I was playing with this in class yesterday. Check this out. You guys see what I'm doing here? Right? See how there's negative space in both of these? Right? So the one on the right, basically, let me change my color here. To this and crank this to 100. Let's see. So watch. This one here basically says, yeah, it's simply like this, right? There. I don't know. There's like lag going on here. Okay, so this is all that is. So to me, this curve is kind of interesting, and I'm trying to think, how can I incorporate that in a lamp? See? Then I said to myself, instead of the light being the entire surface, right? What if this is bent plywood? So that's why I did these kind of shapes here. See? So this, to me, represents wood. See? Like that. So I said, what if this is a bent plywood, and then in the plywood, next to it, there's some inserts of light, which is what I'm doing over here. You see that? If you're not comfortable drawing like this, in this version, the 4, you can keep it simple, man. Just doodle straight horizontal lines. Hold Shift in Photoshop and do this. Look. There's Shift. Here's Shift. Shift again. Thank you. And then what you got to do is zoom in sometimes. You guys know, if I want to draw a circle here, I can just divide this like that. Remember? Right there. So I got my curve. This part sticks. Oops. You stay out. You stay out. Come on. Come back. Oh my God. There's some weird stuff going on. It's like right-clicking without me right-clicking. So I have another insert of light here. Look. So anytime I color something in, let's stick with green or whatever, orange. Give me a nice orange, please. This will be, okay, something going on with this tablet. Okay, check it out. This will be my light source, see? Okay, so I'm making shapes. I know some of you might be thinking, you know, what, are we not doing lamps? Yeah, we are doing lamps, but my designs are different than yours, right? The classic lamp is something like this. A cone, boom, like this. I can have this standing here, a cylinder. This goes up, comes down. I can make another one. Okay, this one's shooting upwards, this one's doing down. It depends what you want to do. I want to have this for a movie, and I told you guys Gattaca, right? That's what I said, right? So if this one's going like that, and then what if this one has some kind of a LED something? You got to just make it happen for yourself. What is this thing, right? You decide. You show me references. I don't want to see this without reference. I want to know how you got there. That's the beauty of the 4. Is that okay with you guys? And for me, I can come in here and say, oh yeah, this could be glass, right? This could be metal or recycled something, right? Recycled question mark. This is out of wood, Okay, so right here, or I'll say concrete. Look, I can make this out of concrete. C-O-N-C, short form, concrete. So now bring my grays out, and I just come in here and start doing this just for fun, see? So the minute I start thinking of materials, this thing becomes more realistic. And if this has a concrete element here, I don't need the oval circular base underneath, right? So now I can come in here, I can say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a concrete base and something sticking out of here. I don't know what yet. We'll figure it out. So later on, what you do is you decide, how does that work? So watch how simple this is. Look, there's my concrete. There's my cylinder. Oh, you guys were supposed to do that together, right? Earlier with that little apartment project I showed you. Well, there it is. There's my square. There's my circle. So if I want to start adding materials, look, I can come in here, do this, do that. Then I color it gray later, and off I go. Okay, so try to keep that. So that's the base. See? Me evolving. Okay, let's see. What is this? How many materials were there again? Okay, why don't you look at what I wrote, please? And somebody answer Isan. Guys, come on. We've been working on this over a week and a half. What did I say to you guys? Talk to me. What materials? What options do we have? Somebody answer, please. Yes?
You had concrete, wood, glass, metal.
Concrete, wood, metal. You have all these options. What else I said? There's an R word.
Reference?
It's a material. Recycled material, yeah. What about resin? Remember, plastic, metal, whatever you want. One of them has to be recycled. Oh, how many do you have to use? It's up to you, dude. As long as one of them is recycled. That's all I said. Okay? Right? So you can see here, I'm using LED lights, I'm using wood, I'm using concrete. It's up to you. At least one of them just say, hey, you know what, Mr. Valiant, I'm getting recycled boards from whatever, and then I'm using it. Okay? Does that make sense? So this is the 4 stage, right? So this is where I'm me, this is what I'm doing. Your 4 could look different, right? So some of you could say, hey, you know what? I'm okay with just looking at it like this, right here. That's my 4. And what you need to do today is you come in here, you show this to someone, which we're really behind, and then the person next to you will say, hey, you know what, this idea of the, let's work on these 2, right? I would say, hey, I like your idea of stripes. Maybe you can look into the stripes idea. And then here you have a cylinder, here you have a cubic form. How are you going to make a new one? Remember what I said. Look here carefully, guys. 4 ideas. Any of these 4s can be swapped. Like I could go these 2 down to 1. I can take these 2 down to a new one. You don't have to be side by side to make it work. So this is the 2, right? And then let me press L for lasso. Click, 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 click. Close it. Command T. It's free transform. Don't hold shift anymore. Here you go. Command D is deselect, and then B for brush. Then from these 2, you go to 1. Any questions on this so far? Come on, people at home. What about going from 4 to 1? Where are the questions? Talk to me. There are questions. Do you guys think the design is solid here? Do you think you are final solution here? Here's my question to you. Let me throw it this way. Is this your final solution, do you think? Let's debate. Let's go. Is this your final solution? Does the process end here? We model into 3D. We call it a day. What do you guys think? Yes? No? Maybe? Come on. Yes? Go ahead. So it's really hard to hear and understand what people are saying in masks, but let me try to say, cover your nose, please. Thank you. What you're saying is the process still continues. Is that right? Yeah. So here, guys, here is the real beginning, okay? When you get here, let's say this is my design here, right? Let's say what I had here, and I like it a lot. So what happens here is when you get, this is where you can add more detail. You guys get what I mean? Once you hit here, start looking at it in a different view. Say, okay, if it's looking like this is the front, this is the side, looking like this, for example. I've got some circles over here, and I've got an ISO here. So the final is going to have ortho and ISO in here, okay? So pay attention closely. Ortho, 1 view. ISO covers 3 views. Okay, so let's see what's happening. We need to combine the parts we like to sketch the version you want to model, right? Yeah. So what's cool here, guys, is this, okay? When you get to the one design, right? Yeah, we model, right? That's cool. So I'm going to show you 3D modeling tomorrow. But what's really awesome is, let's say you model this and you don't like the way this looks, right? And then you modeled it and you said to yourself, you know what? I like it more if it's tapered. Look what I'm doing here. I'm tapering this. So now what you do is you update your sketch a bit to say, hey, you know what? Through the modeling process, I thought of the idea of wrapping this differently, right? I thought of wrapping it this way. Look. So I'm going to do something. I'm just working in ISO here, guys. Look, really simple stuff. Okay, so I thought of wrapping it, so I'm changing it up. So that means you're further developing. Do you get what I'm saying here? Everybody at home. When you get to the one, you try to model it, and then you say, you know what, I think what I want to do is I want to add different things to it, right? I want lights sticking out, who knows, this way. I don't know, and this is what I'm thinking. So you have room, you have the creative license to evolve your designs. It doesn't end there. But at some point, we're going to say we're done. Do you get what I mean, guys? So here, when you get, this is the fun part. Now you can start adding materials. Like you could say, you know what, the base of this, for me, is going to be the beam that I found in the river. Because in this river in Ottawa, they used to transport wood from the forest, and a lot of it fell into the water. And now I'm doing stuff like this. Like I'm taking the water, I'm taking these recycled pieces, and I'm using it as my base. I have an inlay here. This is concrete. I can spell concrete, I think. Wood, right? This is, let's say, resin with LED lights inside. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? Right? This is the fun stage. You got to get to the one to have fun. Initially, you're under stress. Do I do 4? Do I do 2? To me, it never ends the design process until somebody says, give it to the client. Let's get out of here. Let's go to our next job. Design never ends, but we have to stop, obviously. There's a lot of contradictions in what I'm saying, but that's the beauty of design, right? See what I did here? Just drew stuff like this. I'm doodling, and I'm going over my work just to see what I could do. And then what I'll do here in this stage, yes, I am going to bring in color. Because, as you know, color will help me kind of feel out the materials. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Yes? No? Maybe? Should I stop? Any other questions? This has been a long demo here, guys. Oh, it's 17 minutes. That's a long lesson. Are we good? All right, so I'm going to shut this down, and then I'll take more questions off the camera. What's that?
Mr.
Valiant.
Sorry, could I show my, like, what I did for my 4